Am I the asshole for refusing to attend family events on my wife's side unless she stands up for herself?
My wife, 35F, and I, 36M, have been married for 4 years and have 2 kids, 3 and 1. My wife's parents divorced when she was a teenager and both her mom and dad have since remarried. There is a lot of competition between her mom, dad, and stepmom in terms of family time. Everything has to be equal. Meaning if we spend an afternoon with her mom, then we have to do the same thing with her dad and stepmom.
Mom and stepmom especially put a lot of pressure on my wife and guilt trip her about it. My wife has a lot of trouble standing up for herself and saying, no. Before we had kids, this wasn't as big of a deal.
If we had to attend 2-3 different Thanksgivings or Xmas gatherings, not a huge deal.
I mean, it sucked, but it wasn't the end of the world.
Now though, with 2 young kids, it's exhausting and I absolutely hate it. My wife and I have had numerous talks about her setting boundaries about this because I am at the end of my rope with it. The bickering and pressure is constant and the need to keep everything equal essentially determines our entire non-work schedule. We had to attend 2 separate Easter events this spring. We're not even religious, because we went to one with her mom, so we had to do one with her dad and stepmom. After that, I told my wife I was done with this BS.
I told her that she needs to stand up to her parents and start setting boundaries and saying, no. I told her I won't allow her parents to continue to dictate how we live our lives. I told her if she is incapable of doing this, then I will absolutely step in and tell them off. But she begged me not to do that because she doesn't want to ruffle feathers and promised she would do better. Of course, that didn't happen. We ended up having to run around to 3 separate places on Memorial Weekend because of this same stuff. After we got home from the last stop, I told my wife I am done with this and will now pick and choose which things I want to go to. I won't stop her from going and I will stay home with one or both kids if she doesn't want to take them, but I'm done. Lo and behold, this past weekend she was talking to her mom and 4th of July came up. My father-in-law had already invited us to his house for a pool day and my wife told her mom about it. So, of course we have to do something with them that weekend as well. When my wife told me about this, I told her that I will not be attending both and I will choose if I want to attend either. My wife must have vented to her mom about this because a couple days later, I got a call from my wife's stepdad, the only sane person in this, really. He told me that he completely agrees with me and that he's talked with his wife numerous times about not pressuring my wife, but she doesn't listen either. He suggested that whenever his wife pressures my wife into keeping things equal, that he and I go golfing together instead. When I told my wife about this idea, she called me a jerk and told me I'm being unsupportive. Why the fuck is she even telling her other parent what she's doing with the other? She needs help. And I'd stop entertaining this and ask the kids if they want to go, otherwise your wife will rope them into the same damn behavior. Not the asshole. Told me I'm being unsupportive. You're right, I don't support this. I told you I don't support this and I'm not supporting this any longer. Op. Not the asshole. Your wife needs help, though. Professional help. She needs to learn to say no, but also needs to learn to out both sides on an information diet. I feel for ya. My wife's parents are still together and try to monopolize our time. I couldn't imagine having 2 pairs doing that. There would be great turmoil. Not the asshole. Personally, I think equal could be done by alternating holidays, not spending time with all at every holiday. Beyond that, the alternation should also include some home alone family holidays. OMG. I love the stepdad. He is awesome. But I agree with you. Well, there seem to be 2 adults here and neither is a blood relation to your wife. The both of you should just enjoy your golf outing. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for refusing to hold a graduation party for my daughter for getting her GED? I will try to keep this as short as possible. My middle daughter has always struggled with academics. She was in the average classes. Sally getting a C or B in high school, it got harder and she went through a lot of tutoring. When she was 17, she almost failed out. She had been tested before but it came back with nothing. We learned at that time that she decided to stop. She wasn't turning stuff in and told us there was no point since she doesn't do well academically. She also had a huge resentment at the time for her younger sister that was academically inclined. She turned 18 and refused to go to school and dropped out.
After this she spiraled and ruined a lot of relationships with friends and family.
She had an addiction.
Her 3 siblings do not speak with her and my wife doesn't interact with her.
That's a whole different story, but in short, she stole a lot of money. She is now 26 and back on track. She called me asking me to host a graduation party since she got her GED. That I did it for the rest of the kids.
I told her no for 3 main reasons.
The first being she isn't graduating, she got her GED.
No one will show up. She has screwed almost all of the family so they won't go and her friends are shady so I don't want to invite them. My last is that she is 26 and this was supposed to happen when she was 18.
She called me a jerk.
Not the asshole, but I might offer a compromise. She needs to try to make amends with the family.
If she does, then I might offer a nice dinner out with the immediate family or those willing to go. Her accomplishment deserves to be recognized, but she also has some work to do. Sounds like until now things have been pretty toxic. Everyone sucks here. She's not entitled to a party. She's not entitled to you spending money on her. She's not entitled to relationships with her siblings that she hurt, alienated. But you're an AH.
Instead of being proud of her achievement, and her turning things around, you told her, this isn't important, you should have graduated at 18 inches. People celebrate achievements all the time. Milestones in life are things they are proud of.
Info. Does she want the celebration because she finally gets her life back on track and wants to be celebrated for that? Or does she wants it because being celebrated means she gets money?
If first soft, you are the asshole.
Your arguments are valid, yes.
But she is still your dog there and seems to be getting better, and wants to share that with her dad?
So maybe do some small celebration for that.
If there is no one who would attend, maybe invite her just to a dinner or some amusement park she would enjoy.
If it is the second, not the asshole. I agree that a graduation party would be inappropriate.
However, you could have handled this much better than you did. How about an offer to take her out to a nice dinner for congratulations on getting back on track?
You are the asshole. She's clean currently and got her GED. I'll be honest. I doubt I could pass a GED, and I graduated high school and have a bachelor and a master's degree.
A GED is like taking all of high school in one test and without the actual teachers teaching, so she essentially had to teach herself.
Not only that, she managed to get clean and stay clean.
That is a huge accomplishment and deserves to be celebrated and acknowledged.
She needs support to stay clean and not for her parents to continue to judge her. It sounds like you are still judging her. I mean, don't you want to encourage her?
She may have fucked up, but shouldn't you be happy that she got her GED?
Even if you don't have a party, don't downplay her achievements. Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my dad's house when he's not there? My dad is leaving town in a week or maybe like a week and a half. I forget when. He'll be out of town for about 2 months. Not sure why exactly, but something to do with work.
My parents' custody order says if mom or dad isn't around for more than 4 hours I, 15 male, go to the other parent, and if one of them is going out of town without me, they need to give the other the option to keep me for that period of time.
So with my dad going, I'll be staying with my mom.
My dad's wife isn't happy about this and neither is my dad. He's married but not to my mom.
He has 3 kids with his wife under 6.
They want me to go at least on weekends to see his wife and their kids. But they argued for me to keep 50-50.
I don't even want to be there when my dad's there.
I'm not close to my dad.
I really hate his wife. I don't respect her or accept her into my family. Reasons I feel this way in general are she's dad's affair partner or whatever it's called. She tried to get me to call her mom in another language because she doesn't like me calling her by her first name. So I just say Ms. last name, and wanted the respect of a parent name. They talk shit about my mom despite having the affair. They accuse my mom of turning me against them despite my dad taking me to his wife's house when they were having the affair and I saw them together, and my dad and his wife tried to move out of state with me so we could be a family. I had to speak to the judge when that happened. It was shitty. So I'm only dealing with the custody crap until I turn 17. Because then my voice will be listened to by a judge and not before them. We have checked with lawyers already. My dad told me to think of the kids and how they'll miss me. I told him it will help them get used to me not being around because when I turn 17 I won't be anymore.
He told me my feelings will change in 2 years and to embrace my time with them. His wife said I'm a part of their family and should want to spend time with my other mom and my only siblings.
I rolled my eyes at her. She called me disrespectful. She told me to stop being so stubborn and I said no.
I said she can't make me go to the house when Dad isn't around and they know they can't get a court to force it, so accept that they won't see me for 2 months. My dad and his wife both think I'm an ass for it and they keep saying how much they dislike my decision.
Am I the asshole? Not the asshole.
Seems like there's nothing they can do but try to guilt, manipulate you. Just ignore them.
I completely understand why you need to do what you're gonna do when you're 17.
They won't get it because they have been selfish from the beginning.
Not the asshole. It's court-ordered so you don't have to be there. They can't force you, so you are off the hook.
Block them for the time he's gone and relax and enjoy your time at mom's uninterrupted.
Not the asshole. Custody is meant to ensure you spend time with parents, not their spouses or any half-siblings. Info. When is the last time your dad made time just for you? Info. Do they have you watch the kids while you are there? I'm you 27 years later. You will not change your mind about your siblings rolling on the floor laughing. Not the asshole.
The court says you don't have to go. You don't like your stepmom, and odds are, she wants you there to help with the kids while she's home alone.
All of those are good reasons not to go,
in my opinion.
Am I the asshole for changing my first name? I, 20 male. Never really liked the first name my parents gave me, which was William. I grew up around kids who had names I found way cooler, like Hendrix, Hunter, Orion, Forrest, River, Indigo, Ryder, etc. Not that I was the only kid with a normal or classic name. But I would say those with weird or unusual names way outnumbered us in my school.
I was always kinda jealous, I'll be honest.
But I always knew my mom loved my name so much and I knew it would upset her if I tried changing my name. So I never used my nickname at home, which was Jet. A part of me always wished I could just go by Jet. But I decided not to rock the boat or upset my mom.
But then a year ago my mom found out about the nickname and she berated me for using it and introducing myself to new people as Jet.
She was such a dick about it, and then she told me I should be grateful for her decision to give me a nice classic name because look at how ridiculous my two best friends sound with their first names, and I told her I was jealous of them. She said they're really jealous of me and I was too young to see it.
I told her she should try asking my best friends that because I know for a fact they love their names.
Mom called me all kinds of names and told me she would never allow me to change my name anyway, and she demanded I stop going by Jet.
It annoyed me so much, and after a few weeks of thinking about the argument we had and looking at the reasons I kept William instead of changing it to Jet, I realized she really didn't deserve that consideration given her reaction to me having a nickname and her thinking she could make the decision for me.
I was 19 at this point. So I saved money and then I petitioned to change my legal first name to Jet. I kept my middle name the same but dropped William completely. It became official a few weeks ago and my mom was furious when all my new documents came in and she realized I hadn't lied and had officially gone through with the name change. She told me I had ruined my life and I had disrespected her by changing the name she gave me and she felt suited me best. I told her I never liked my name. She told me it should have grown on me because William is such a nice normal name. She's still angry about it and I expected that, but she really believes I'm in the wrong for going ahead with it.
So am I the asshole? As a mom who spent 9 months picking my daughter's name, she's sort of named after her late grandmother on my husband's side, I know I would be upset. However, if she came to me and said it's not my name, Mom, I want to change it, as hurt as I would be, I would help her fill out the paperwork. Names are so important to the bearer.
Not the asshole. Not the asshole cause it's your name, but take it from someone born with a weird name. You will get shit about it for the rest of your life. People will not take you seriously. Finding a job will be harder. People will assume things about you.
Especially because you picked it out yourself. Jet sounds exactly what a 20-year-old kid would pick. Not that it's a bad name per se, but you will get shit about it because it sounds like the main character in an edgy young adult teen fiction novel.
Not the asshole technically, but that name. Woof. Also, usually doing things to spite your parents usually doesn't work out well and ends in regret. Especially when it's something like giving yourself a main character name like that at 19. You are the asshole, likely an unpopular opinion,
But this was an extremely childish reason to change your name. You didn't think it sounded cool.
nothing about being an adult is overly cool. No offense, but William is a solid name.
The ones you listed are immature and given to kids by parents who don't think about how their name will sound on a job application.
If I had 2 resumes,
With the exact same qualifications, one with the name Indigo or one with the name William,
I'm calling William.
it was disrespectful because you wanted to sound cool. If you had have given a better reasoning than sounding cool, I might be on your side.
But come on, will you live your whole life trying to be cool? Or living a fulfilled life, living in a way where you don't care what other people think? Everyone sucks here, your mom for overreacting to the nickname you were using,
And you for blowing up on her and going scorched earth on your old name.
Man, I hope you aren't. Don't get fat, because around here you'd swiftly be known as Jumbo Jet. Not the asshole, can call yourself what you like.
That said, I'm European and Jet is one of the most hilarious, stereotypically, aggressively North American names I've ever heard. It's a dog's name here, at best.